Hello?
Anyone got a penny in the pocket?
Is anyone in there? Black Buddha, Popp Culture, upscale, fly by life. This one for you, this one for you, We're shooting a major video for this song called Unity. The ultimate goal is for me to always give back to where I'm from. Since music is my passion, I created a song for the foundation, inspired by the foundation.
This is like an old program.
It's a reunion.
I tried to bring Charlemagne with me, but I couldn't reach him, man. You know he got a daughter, man.
12 years, man. What else do you remember from the program? So you remember all the writing workshops, the poetry workshops. You were in XM satellite radio with us.
Yeah.
But he put me in the Revolution joint.
Yeah.
And then that's like what really kicked it off, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Remember the tracks that we was doing, the first track?
My father still played this music to this day. Like, we'll come in the house and be playing Revel, you shine. Like, Dad.
That's 17 years ago.
So it's the after party, but after the party we gon' change that party. So everybody grab some party. I'd like to welcome you to the Rebel Party.
When I first got with OCU, the program was called Revel You Shine. It was a summer program at the time. I was like, I'd rather be kicking it. I ain't trying to wake up and go to no program.
Ain't no party like a Revel You party, cause a Revel You party don't stop.
Revel You Shine was using arts, hip-hop, music as a way to heal community and to teach young people about social justice and ways they could be leaders to transform the world through their voices.
I gave it a shot and, you know, we meditated on the first day and I actually fell in love with meditation. I was like, man, it feels good to kind of just be still for a minute and not really think about everything that's going on around you.
Revel You Shine has so many activities going on, and they spent time, quality time there that I believe is just everlasting.
On this very block right here is the house where Revel You Shine started for me. 71 Rhode Island, man. I don't know if people still live here or not, but I spent a lot of days on this porch right here. I just sit out here like, dang, man, I got a safe haven and it's right down the street from my house. And cause everybody was grieving in their own way. You know, my father just lost a son, my mom lost a son. We kind of knew what he was into, but we didn't know it would take him to that point. So to have people that don't know you and that won't judge you, and you can go to them every day and talk about your feelings, cause it was many nights where I didn't sleep or, you know, I thought it was my fault, you know what I mean? I'm the baby of 4 with my mom. So me, my sister, then my 2 oldest brothers, and then my dad had my little brother and little sister with my stepmom. Everybody made it out except for one of my brothers. He got killed in a drive-by. My brother that got killed was such a good person. Like, if anybody was to speak of him, they would say, I can't believe it happened. And my other brother ended up going to jail for 13 years. He was actually locked up when my brother got killed. His whole grieving had to go on while he was trying to survive. I kind of deal with it by just music. REDDZ, so people know it's real. I just really embraced my writing in the program, and I really had somebody I can go to. They became my big brother, my uncles, and my aunts and stuff like that. So the program really saved my life in a sense emotionally, because it was during a time where I was numb.
I recall clearly and most vividly the very first day I embraced Marcus inside the confines of Revel You Shine. He was a natural-born leader. He was more polished and refined in confidence than the others who were of his same generation. And his pain was obvious.
To have those type of mentors there and to be like, yo, it's okay to cry, men cry. For me to first learn that in the program, because I was like, oh, nah, I ain't crying, I ain't no sucker. But it's like, yo, why you think you got tear ducts? Men cry too, you know what I mean? It's okay to get your emotions out. So really touching the side of the human I was.
Marcus and the other young people that were with him in the program, they went through an intense process. It was almost 7 weeks of songwriting, learning about the music industry, hip hop, and they were given the goal, the vision that at the end of the summer we were going to record it all. Marcus went full on into that journey, and he wrote some of the most unbelievable things that I was reading at that time. And as a young man, he's always been so gifted.
It just took off, and because of his brothers who also did a lot of hip hop and did a lot of spoken word, you know, he was able to pick up on that. I mean, because Marcus was playing football, and you know, and I always told them that, you know what, whatever you do, don't quit. You know, if you start something, finish it.
After the program, it was just like, what's next? I ended up on the radio, met Jermaine Dupri, moved to Atlanta.
How you feel about being down here and really expanding the sound beyond just the DC area? You know what I'm saying?
Man,
how long have you been down here? Another question.
Off and on, legitly, about 3 years.
Okay.
Off and on, like 7, you know what I'm saying? I first came out here for a situation with JD.
Okay.
Back when I was a young teen doing my thing. I swear this ain't my life, but I'm gon' ride. Had my fam on the east hurting as the days go by. I gotta get this money right. My daughter gotta eat and my baby gotta pay rent. The bank's calling Pops cause he laid on the payments. Damn, swear he laid on the pavement. I love Atlanta, man. The sound, I can mix my up north in DC with my New York influence, you know what I'm saying, with that Atlanta sound. When I was young, me, my sister, and my 2 brothers, we was living with my dad in the shelter, and I was just like, man, I don't want to live like this. I don't want my family to have to live like this. So I always had a dream to be like rich, just to take care of my family. So when I got to Atlanta, I thought it was gonna be like that. You know, I was driving around in Rolls Royces and Lamborghinis and flying to Houston and all that.
And he called me and said, Dad, we get ready to sign this deal. Once he, you know, a couple of hours or several hours later when he was in New York, he said, Dad, we get ready to sign this deal. And then, you know, maybe an hour, 45 minutes later, he said, Dad, it fell through. But like I said, when it ain't yours and you're in a happy to be here type of state, you kind of get lost in the non-reality, the dream. It's tears of joy. And not that the fact that he signed that deal, but he was able to go through it and experience, you know, the rejection or, you know, it just not happening. And I just told that, you know, life sometimes not fair. I think I just was going through like a emotional, spiritual type of warfare within myself. Because in my heart, it was just like, this not you, but my mind was like, you need to get some money. So came back home and just was like, man, I gotta figure out who I am as a person, because in order for me to be a better father, a better partner, a better friend to the ones I love, I gotta figure out who I am, because I'm losing myself in this industry. I was like, man, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I got a 2-year-old daughter. Music is going great, but it's not like a regular 9 to 5. It doesn't pay every week. You gotta wait for that big break. I know the big break is coming, so what I gotta do to stay uninterrupted in my universe? So I started going back to what the program taught me. My sister actually found the program again for me, and she was like, you know, Rebel, you shine coming back. And I was like, really? So I was like, man, I gotta hit them up and see if I could work with them, because I know a lot about the program. I'm pretty sure it ain't too much different than we was in there. They was like, oh, we definitely gotta have you. You was the ambassador when you was 14. It would be crazy not to bring you on the team. So it's actually an honor to actually have one of my mentors still be there, which is Hawa.
Hey, Marcus. What's up, buddy? What's up, bro? How you doing?
It was just like, this is why we do the program, to have people like you come back and say, yo, I'm doing this and I'm doing good and the program saved my life and I want to be a part of saving somebody else's life. So it was definitely a magic moment when I first walked in the office and he seen me for the first time after 14 years.
It's not very often that you work with somebody, you know, almost 12, 13 years earlier, and then they come full circle again, and you know, are still talking about how the seeds we planted back then are still reaping and growing fruits and trees. And so that's what Marcus was a perfect example of what's possible.
It's gonna be my first time on a retreat, so I'm excited. I'm open to everything.
Fleetwood.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. My man right here doing things. Something that I love to learn is just the experience of what's going on right now. At the same time, I learned that, you know, it's cool to transfer energy with another male figure because, of course, growing up, to touch another man like that would look like crazy. But the fact that he has energy that I don't possess and he can transfer it to me, and I have energy that he don't possess and I can transfer to him and still be comfortable, is something dope.
That's us pushing against, like, you know, decades of stigma and prejudice and bias, right? Conditioning to say that it's not natural for, you know, a man to touch a man in this loving way. And then we think about the violent world we live in and how we're so afraid of touch, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to have a moment with us to build that, right?
I think it's gonna be dope being out there in the wilderness and nature. I'm just there to, you know, guide the kids, and the kids can teach me something in the process. This is gonna be a first for me. I think I can bring a lot of insight because we come from the same place. It's not too many differences within our houses when you come from inner city neighborhood. Recently, I have chosen a path of happiness because happiness is not something that somebody else can give you. It's a choice. I don't care how bad your situation is, we all come from, in other people's eyes, terrible situations. I grew up with two parents that was addicts, me and my brother. But an affirmation is basically speaking life into yourself, waking up in the morning and saying, I am handsome, I am happy, I am creative, I can't, I don't, how can I? Taking those type of words out your vocabulary, because those are words we was taught. We was all born to be kings. We all can have as much royalty as we speak into our life. We are one with the universe. If they broke all of us down, every particle in your body is the same particles that's floating up there when you look at them stars. We are stardust. It's gonna be dope to be able to work with the kids and expand on their creative ability as far as painting, drawing, music. And once you channel it in the right place, great things come from it. Because all of y'all are here for a reason right now, because you made the decision to keep living through the darkest times in your life.
What's it mean to live my best life? Like, made it personal. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then I'd love to hear what that
rocking
means.
With the similes and the metaphors. Y'all may say you're not right, but my best life.
What does it mean for you to live your best life? What does that mean?
Here's what I'm thinking. Think of that moment where there is nothing.
All of us have had that moment where we like, man, tomorrow ain't even fucking worth it. You heard your parents arguing, they was about to get divorced. My brother died, rest in peace. You know what I mean? All of us had those moments.
Tear off the sheet of paper.
All right.
There you go. You see? Ashley's ready.
Seeing about like the parents and the brother. Cause like my parents got divorced and I felt like it was because of me. So it's okay.
You said shy away from what's real. She needs to get this out. And that's why we here for her.
Can I speak now? And this time, if I cry, this is like not bad tears, happy tears. Okay? So my happiest moment is being here because I got to open up to everybody and people were talking to me. Like, say if I didn't feel like at home, people would talk to me and come and talk to me and tell me that you would be fine and you would make a lot of friends once you got here. And I thank her for actually talking to me because it made me happy. Because her telling me about her and me telling her about me. And I really, really feel good. And I feel like I can tell everybody, not everybody, but most people that I know hear something about me. And then show me that I don't have to always hold things in, and I don't have to always be sad, or I don't have to always like hold stuff against people. And I don't always have to be that one in the corner just standing over there by myself. And I can just be open to people. So I'm very thankful that my grandmother signed me up and pushed me just to come here because I'm very thankful for everybody teaching me a lesson here today. So thank you.
Yeah. Ashley Speaks. Love, girl, this is good.
I'm Big Brother Forever after this program too, right? It's like, I want you to feel the way I feel, and I'll help you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want you to feel the way I feel when the sky is blue.
When she starts talking, and then you repeat it.
I want you to feel the way I feel and I'll help you.
I want you to feel all the love, embrace every hug. I want you to feel the way I feel when I help you, when I help you.
You don't want to rap, do we?
Yo, I'm chilling with my group right now. We in a circle in the gym. My man hitting the gym, Bay Corey, yeah, that's him. My little sister Ash got my little sister hair in her head, and that's crazy. Angelique, that's my baby. She walked on my back and she cracked it like that. And the flow is so ill, like boom, like that, like yeah, yes, Sarah is right there. And she ain't hitting the drum, but guess what? We are one common unity. That's one community, nothing new to me. I see a lot of strong kids in this program, and I'm very proud to be a part of it because I feel like they strength gonna give me strength when I go through certain things and be like, if they can deal with it and they kids, I should be able to deal with it as an adult. So they inspire me too. Growing up in the inner city, I always felt like I needed to be one way when I know I was always another way. I'm glad I grew up in that sense because it made me tough. It helped me survive these wars and these battles and the love lost and the love gain, you know what I mean? But at heart, I'm a earth being, you know what I mean? I love being with the trees, I love being with the plants, I love being with people that love being around the elements of the world, you know what I mean? Because I think that's what truly help you find who you are. Drums off, you keep this count, because they got to catch you, you know what I mean? Boom, boom. Let that ring in your head, that's your count.
All right, come on. This is why I think that Fleetwood is my blood brother, because like I used to be nervous in front of people singing, but he was like, you got it, little sis, you got it.
I want you to feel the way I feel when the sky is blue.
Yeah, yeah.
All you have to do is just believe in yourself, and then you'll do it. And then he kept on supporting me, like, it was good, very good.
I feel like this is who I was meant to be, man.
You know, it's so funny, because, like, the way you've grown, since I knew you.
So different, right?
No, but it's not different. It's just, I see Baba Razdi in you.
Yeah.
I see I see Tark in you. I see Matthew Payne in you.
Yeah.
Like, those seeds go deep, huh?
They planted, man. This is my space right here, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, this
deep.
was meant for me to come back, bro. Like, we ain't seen each other in 14 years, man.
Yeah.
I'm grown with a child, man. I was a little knucklehead fat boy.
I can't believe you found us again.
I was no knucklehead. Y'all had to teach me how to meditate. I couldn't even cross my legs at that time.
Dinner's now. Let's eat. And then we do bonfire. And then we do choking. Fire has a lot of purifying energy. It's a real time to really let go and allow that fire to just burn away all that negativity, all your doubts, all your fears. Allow that fire to move you.
We got an awesome continuing of this surprise for you. We got Fleetwood perform for us first, and we got some of our other facilitators who want to share and showcase their talents with you.
My real name is Marcus. My spiritual name is Fleetwood. I'm gonna just tell y'all a little bit about me because this program actually saved my life. After my brother was murdered, my other brother was sentenced to 15 years in the federal penitentiary. My sister right here was a baby. My little brother was just being born. And I walked into this man's program right here, and I didn't think I had anything left in my life. I didn't feel like waking up the next day. Suicide was real for me, and it's real for some of y'all in this room. And this man right here grabbed me by the hand and said, "You too crazy with them words to think about taking your life." And he saved my life. So again, to my king right here. And it's okay to call your fellow brother a king and your fellow woman a queen. There's nothing wrong with that. We ain't no niggas. We ain't no bitches or none of that. We come from royalty. I'm gonna just give y'all some light bars because I can wrap circles around y'all for hours. But I just want to ask my man right here, can he come give me some beat? It wasn't on the schedule, so the girls didn't know, but I actually wrote a song called One Common Unity. Cause we are one common unity, with one common goal, one bright light shining down one dark road. We all are one people, only one on the globe. As one common unity, marching down one road. Thank you.
Come with me, cause we're in life. We're in the living circle. Nothing that I'm saying ain't real. Nothing that I'm saying is not more serious than the rap songs that we sing. We sing those songs without even questioning them. Our time together is important.
I'll help you carry on.
It was a learning experience. It was challenging. Got frustrated at times. You know, I never really dealt with 60 different personalities before. I thought it was gonna be a walk in the park, to be honest. I'm like, all right, they're gonna come, they're gonna listen, we're gonna have fun. They're gonna get emotional, but you know, it comes with the territory. But gaining new brothers and sisters, you know, and realizing that blood just don't make you family, but comparisons and relating to each other makes you family. Yo, the facilitators, we had a conversation about y'all young boys, man. We really fell in love with y'all, man, over this past week, bro. And that's from everybody that was in that dorm. Nobody was excluded. We love all y'all equally. All y'all could have came to us, could be brothers, but when it came down to really listening to us in that dorm, y'all stepped up and really, you know, respected us as y'all big homies. So y'all appreciate that, man. Really.
Everybody around here knows that. Marcus, he's like a really great dude. Great working with him. It's an amazing experience, you know.
We out here dying in vain. Please keep me in your pain. You can't control other people's actions, but you can control how you react to people's actions. And that's one thing that the program taught me, and it actually helped with my attitude and, you know, how I'm more able to handle things as an adult, you know what I mean? And it nourished my creative side, and you can always have somewhere to go without having to resort to anger. You can go pick up a pen and write more, you can draw more, you can do these type of things. And it actually helped me with being a father, how they showed us how we can change our attitude with a countdown or breathing and stuff like that. So it helps me with my daughter. So it's more than just me as a man, it's me as a father, and now it's gonna be me as a teacher. That was the first album right here, I believe. The book that came with it. That's crazy. That's bringing it all. Oh, it feels so good to see you, King. I swear. You don't even understand.
Don't worry about a thing. You'll be all right.
That's my A. A lot of people out here be saying they got OGs. That's a real OG right there. That's my OG right there. Baba Ross D, baby. Fleetwood Fats, we in here. Remember you shine, one common unity, baby.
Believe it or not, this book was made in the year 2002 by youth in our program, such as Marcus right here that you're going to hear from.
If it wasn't for this program, man, who knows where I'd be? I may be locked up, I may be dead, or I may just, you know, who knows? We know what people only one know. That's one common unity, marching down one road.
That program has given him an outlook on life that I don't think if he would have done anything outside of Revolution could have given him that centered peace that he has now. He always wanted more. He just didn't want to just feel like he was trapped into having to sell drugs or try to make it that way, because he knew it wasn't no retirement benefit plan from that. It either was jail, institutions, or death.
Is it new music? I've been around the world and girl, I tried to find you. I've been around the world and you found me before I found you. I do music because I love it. I wake up every day and I think about it and I breathe it and I speak it and I dream about it. So I love it first. My message is to show these kids that it's more to life than just trap and just hood. You don't have to be cool to sell drugs, you know what I mean? When he passed away, that's when I started doing poetry and rapping. It's just to feel like I was still closer to him. That was my way of coping with never seeing him again, was to do music because I know he loved music, you know, and then I fell in love with it. It was a bad thing because we lost him, but if you think of it spiritually wise and energy wise, it woke me up and it put me on the path to be able to save the whole family, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I gotta look at it to be able to deal with it. Like, I just gotta be grateful and thank him, like, because without you, I wouldn't have probably pursued music. Without him, I wouldn't have felt the pain. The music has stopped and the melody lingers on. Yeah, man. The reason why I got the gifts I got is because he up there watching over me and sending his energy through me, and, you know, the God and the universe and all of them is just working together to keep us on the right path. Forever. My big brother, man. And my dad put me in the program just because he knew my bro just died, so he's like, yo, I know you're gonna be out here this summer wilding. I need you to be busy. Doing something that's different than
he used
being
to say,
on
man,
the street.
just, he like, you like music, man, these people can help you, man.
Yeah,
He used to say, just go.
Yeah.
And it all worked out. Like, it all worked out real good.
That's what's up.
This is,
This is what y'all did. Y'all created these monsters, man.
I seen he was in town. I said, man, I gotta connect with my bro, man.
We created these kings. Yeah, yeah. Kings, man.
Definitely had to come check you out, man. It's been amazing.
It's like you live here, we all one.
We a community.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got to do this together. You get what I'm saying?
We need one common unity with one common goal. One bright light shining down one dark road. We all are one people, only one on the globe. As one common unity, marching down one road.
The jobs in the inner city ain't made for family building. With all the schools shutting down, creating trapped out children. All the guns in our neighborhoods, we living in a war zone. Tell the government use these taxes to bring all the troops home.
Cause we need one common unity with one common goal. One bright light shining down one dark road. We all are one people, only one on the globe. As one common unity, marching down one road.
Is it safe to say I'm afraid what the future holds for my daughter? Cause we was programmed with the bullshit the schools taught us. I'm just finding truth in my late 20s and that's real. Obama said change but the unjust is black still. Police killing our kings and queens with no remorse. While we waiting for white Jesus on a golden horse. We hold their hands in a circle, giving out forgiveness. While the powers that be giving out a hit list. I mean it ain't the Prezi fault they made our man a mascot. For a team full of white players, cigars and ascots. Who became who they are by turning us to have-nots. Who would threaten your life if you speak against this ass pop? I just wanna know, is there a rainbow at the end of this thunderstorm? Is there a pot of gold waiting there for me to count? Our pain times their net worth, I need that amount. Cause I swear I do.
One common unity with one common goal. One bright light shining down one dark road. We all are one people, only one on the globe. As one common unity, marching down one road.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Open your eyes. The only way out is up, so you better fly to the light. We will see as we rise high from the fire. We are free, you and me, we're gonna be alright, we're gonna be alright.
Cause we need one common unity with one common goal. One bright light shining down one dark road. We all are one people, only one on the globe. As one common unity, marching down one road.
I'm a rich man. listen to this, you're a rich man too. Always remember, don't let your possessions possess you. Eternal life and love, peace, one common unity. Understand it.